that first try. I didn't think that would chains on and everything, right? I don't want to stand there and have it fall on my head. Okay. Well, let me explain what's going on here. So, you guys, if you've watched my channel a long time, you have seen me unload salt at least one time on camera. Well, I helped set that truck up. We put a coal chute in the back of it, and we made it to where we could load and unload salt, because that was a friend of mine's uncle, and he'd go get the salt for me. So we put a coal chute, we put one right in the middle. I didn't know any better, but we put one right in the middle, and it might be this model. This model is a 13, it's a Salt Dog CCD or something. I left one of the boxes out. It's a CCD 1314. The door inspection is 13-inch tall by 13.5 inches wide. Steel primed. Well, watch the listing, because the listing said stainless. I mean, it might be stainless steel. It is steel. Anyways, it doesn't matter to me. The bed's not stainless, so this didn't have to be. But, so I learned something on his. Don't put one in the middle. If anything, probably do kind of what I'm doing. I'm going to put one on each side of the middle, because the middle really doesn't have the problem of getting stuff out the coal chute. Ideally, put 3 on it. Put them all the way across. What happens is when we're unloading salt, at least with salt, and probably sand has the same consistency, you open this door and it takes like a small part of the funnel out of the middle, and it leaves all this stuff on the other side. Well, I'm having to do this because I mean, he wanted me to install a irrigation system without, or I mean, not an irrigation, a septic system without a without a permit. I can't even think. Maybe I'm stroking out. I told him no. I said, go get a permit, 60 bucks. He didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. So here we are. I've got to haul my own salt, and I didn't know I had to haul my own salt until not that long ago. So now I have to figure it out so I can get my salt here. I kind of wanted to hold this up. It looks like I need to go above. I thought maybe it'd line up with that rib, but it won't. This needs to go up some. I want to be about the bottom of the bed, or probably at the bottom of the bed, and I can put my finger in here. I mean, it's that far up to the lip of the bed. See up there? So, obviously I don't need to put it down here because it'd be below the bed. I don't want to do that. So I guess I'm gonna measure up inside there, and then I probably want to be like a 1/2 inch or something above that. So I'm gonna be into this, which isn't a big deal. I mean, obviously this is boxed. I need to measure it. I really hope that when I set this in, I don't have to cut into these. I mean, obviously I have to cut into them to mount the thing, but I'm wondering if this thickness here is this thickness here. So basically this flange would sit flush. I guess there's no flange there. This flange would sit flush there. And in that way, that would put the perimeter of this up against the bed. So then I could weld it to the outside. I could weld the inside of the rib to here, and then weld along the perimeter of this, and it would be sealed up. So let me go get a tape measure, and I'm gonna try to start doing this. I don't think I'm gonna get it done today. I know I'm not gonna get it done today. Okay, well, this is gonna turn out good, or this is gonna turn out bad. I got a fresh blade in it. I've got my excavator blade here to where I can stand on it. I'm a little short fella, and this is a pretty tall truck. Yep, I'm comfortable there. I can plunge cut that. This has this adjustable fence on it. Whew. It has an adjustable fence on it. I thought kind of that's why I would probably use that. Ooh, ear protection. Have eye protection, ear protection, Raycons. I love these things. They need to sponsor me because I like them so much. Thing is nice. It is nice for cutting metal. It's nice and light, very maneuverable. It was a brand new full 9 amp hour battery, and I used 1 bar off the battery. Check our measurements and see if I did very well. Wow. Now that one's good. It was off. I mean, it's 1/8 inch. Oh, I guess I can't measure that one yet. I don't have it cut. Duh. Honestly, I don't remember what that measurement was. But we have it right here so we can check. $14. I'm a 1/4 inch off, but like I said, I cut it down below where I wanted to be so then I could grind up into it. So I'll finish that cut. I'll kind of cut up into it with the my grinder wheel. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna sawzall down straight, and then that might be close enough to the bed floor that I probably can't get in there with the saw. I can get in there with the grinder though. And then same thing up here, I might try to cut that straight, and then I'll measure my lines and I'll get my measurement, you know, for my height of my opening. And I may cut the inside with that and the grinder, I guess. Yeah, let me see what I can get done here. I'm gonna be off screen for a minute. You know, obviously I can probably clean that up with my grinder. I need to take a 1/4 inch off. Yes, I need to take a 1/4 inch off. It's to the top side of this roll, and I went to the face so it was easier to cut. So give me a little bit and let me get a hole in this, and then we'll check that and hopefully it fits. I am noticing something right now. I should have I already messed up. I shouldn't have cut this opening the full width of that because I measured the bottom of that door. See how this tapers? So what I should have done is I should have measured, that's a good mess up. What I should have done is I should have probably measured there and cut that opening out, and then I could have, you know, I could have cut this flare afterwards, or I could have trimmed this side down and had it set flush against the bed. No, I guess I want it welded. I don't know, I'm kind of torn, but I messed that up, so there's that. Man, I really should have looked at that. Well, there's a hole in my bed. I don't know if it's right. It looks like, at least looking at it, looks like that's too low and that's too high. I kind of eyeballed with the Sawzall. I should have, I don't know, I should have drilled a hole or something, but looking at this at the reveal, see how you're looking at a gap? I bet you we're gonna have a gap up there, but I could probably trim that off, put it up there or something. I did figure out what I'm gonna do. So over there, I cut this, right? Wrong spot. I already cut this, wrong spot. This one, I'm gonna cut this off. Same thing over here. You know, that line was there. These things, this sucks. Let me know what welder pencil you guys use, or marking pencil or something. Something besides soapstone. Well, and I guess if I have to go back to soapstone, I'll do that. But I like the convenience of a pencil. Anyways, if you guys know something, send me a link or something. I'll order them and I sure will try them. Or if you sell this stuff, send me something and I'll try it. And I'll let people know if it's good or bad. I'll pay for it. I mean, anyways, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this portion out because that bottom flare will then sit against this. So I left it on this one and, you know, I cut in 14 inches. So I'm going to cut this off, and then that way I'm going to weld the perimeter. I could actually weld the perimeter out here because it'd be easier. And then I'll open the gate, and then I can weld the inside to it also to make sure it's sealed up and all that. Doesn't have to be pressurized or watertight, airtight, anything like that. You want to keep your material in. I really hope that that's not too high, but I think that's too high in there. I should have tried to figure out how to measure that or how to mark that, but I know, I mean, that's like ½ inch. I should have went down to there, and maybe that's what it is. No, because that one's still too high too. My cut's uneven. Anyways, it is what it is. I got a hole in the bed. We gotta make it work. So let me take the grinder. I'm gonna cut these off real quick. I think with the grinder, I've got the grinder out here at the cutting wheel. I might be able to get in there and get that cut off, and then we'll trial fit this and see how screwed I am with a hole in my bed. So give me a minute. All right, I had to go get some life support for my camera, but I don't hate it. I hate the fact that I didn't think about this thing has to go through there, and I didn't cut that yet. I'm off my game, but I've got so many things to do. I'm not surprised. It doesn't look like it's going to be that bad a fit at all. I mean, there's, I don't know, a decent gap there, but no gap there. There you go. There's my gap. I mean, that's good. I don't know if you can see, got about an 1/8 inch gap in there all the way around. That's what I planned on having, so I could fillet weld it, get it nice and filled up and tight. Yeah, I'm not ashamed. I'm ashamed of this one. I messed that up, but like I said, so I need this cut. I need to weld the inside, you know, up to here, and then I'm going to weld the outside. And then I need to weld this up and this over to like 1.25 inches, and then same thing here, leave this, cut this all the way across, and I need to cut my, I need to cut the whole one here instead of here, so I'll have to weld that up. I know I keep going over and over, but in case you guys skip around, but then it looks like all I need to do is cut my relief going up through there for that brace, and that'll sit right up to it. That's nice. I don't know what the inside looks like obviously yet. Eyeballing it. Yes, I'm gonna have to put a filler in there or something. It looks like maybe I can hold this up and get it up to the opening, because I didn't measure. After I did it, let me see if I can get that out. I don't know where my tape measure is. It's in here. Put your arm in a sharp hole, Jason. That's smart. Let's see. But again, trying to do this one-handed holding the camera. It's not easy. Give me a second. No, it's almost 14 inches, so I may be able to save the inside opening and maybe just clearance it a little bit. Obviously I can go the thickness of this material, and it looks like it's, I don't know, 3/16. That's probably 3/16. I mean, it's heavier stuff than what you'd think, so I can probably grind that a little bit, kind of get it down, fudge the difference, weld it up. It'll be good. So well, when we come back, I think I'm just going to come back when this is welded in and we fix this, and maybe we'll weld that one in, or vice versa. I'll have one welded in before we come back, because otherwise it's going to be like a 3-hour long video of me putting these doors in, and most of it will be of me messing up. I'm human, it happens. I'm trying to hurry. It's Saturday evening. I don't know where my wife is, but Saturday evening I'm trying to get this done to where, if I need material, I can beg a guy that I know. You got stuff on you. I can beg a guy I know to open his door. I can go get material if I don't have it here. But anyways, it's what happens when you're trying to get stuff done. Next week I'm gonna be busy, so a lot of videos. All right, we'll see you in the morning. It's gonna be right that quick for you guys, but it'll be the morning for me. I know in the first part of the video I said I was going to bring you back when this one was done, but my thought was I've got a game plan to fix this. I don't know if I went over it in the other video, but I can leave this portion, and I figured I'd explain it to you here. So here's that portion, and then this. All right, so here's this coal chute. cannot see the sun. I always deal with the sun coming in my shop. I'm sorry, guys. But here's this coal chute. Nice. Got it welded in. I don't know if you can see because of the dang sun. But I got it all welded in. I've got this one cut in. I haven't welded it yet. It fits pretty good. I learned a lot on this one. This is the one that I cut and messed up. Luckily, the line that I cut, I went ahead and welded it up, and I welded all this up, but that'll be almost hidden with the weld from here, so it won't look as bad. I welded this up and blended it off. You won't be able to see, it's back behind everything. I've got this, I mean, I kind of beat that up, and it was sprung up a little bit. It looks like I should have beat this down just a little bit more, but we'll get it. Let's look at the inside. I've just got I got a safety board in there. It looks like my safety board's about to come out. Probably when I was hitting on that thing. Hang on. Let me grunt a little bit. Tailgate's kind of heavy. All right. I wish I had, I mean, these are all really good gaps. That's less than favorable, but I mean, I can weld that up. It's not a problem. This one's the only one that's kind of horrible. That's a 3/8 gap. That's probably close to 3/8, and then it goes down to 3/16 or so. That's maybe quarter. What do we got up here? 3/16. 3/16 up here, so it's not bad. I had much worse gaps over here. This one was good. It was the inside was a little high, so I ground it down. This one was good, this reveal. This one really, it wasn't good at all, and it was overhead. This one was horrible. I don't know how I got so far off. Probably because I don't install these every day. But from this one to this one, as you can see how this one cuts, I learned quite a bit, and this one turned out way better than that one. So if I did another one next week, it'd be pretty good. But anyways, or it'd be better. Let's not say pretty good. It'd be better. Let's get you guys over here. This is my new favorite clamp. Let's see if I can see what that welds like. Let's get this thing. This is just friction fit right now, but it fits so good. It's tight. I love it. I definitely love it. My wife came out and talked to me, and I got the ground off. Probably weld better now. Come on. All right, let's see. Oh, all right. Shouldn't have said it'll weld better now. That's the last word. Well, I ended up running out of wire, and I figured I'd bring this little thing up. So this is kind of nice. The only thing that I can tell you is the double-sided tape that came with my magnets, it didn't stick but a day. I came out the next day and that was sitting on the ground. So I thought hot glue. I never try hot glue, so I tried hot glue. Didn't work. I went ahead and bolted them on. But when you're sitting here working on it, I just had to put wire in. Yes, I use the little spool. Just because the farm store that I buy it from here, I buy Hobart wire, and literally it's half the price if I buy it at the farm store than if I buy a big roll somewhere else or a small roll somewhere else. It's cheaper than going to Amazon. But as you can see, this actually catches the handle and the top or wherever you want to put it, and then your stuff doesn't spill. It's not gonna, you know, you can get it off of there, but it's not gonna spill. Two, I bought some consumables off of Amazon. I bought, you know, I think that's a diffuser, or no, that's your tip holder, and maybe that's your diffuser or whatever it is. I took the opportunity to go ahead and replace them because my nozzle was getting pretty gnarly, and if you look how thin that is, granted this has been used, but the new one looks incredibly thick compared. I don't know. I know it's probably made in China. You can't get away from it, but anyways, I thought I'd give you an update on my little consumable pack thing, and then I just put it right down there and it works great. You can see what you have. I don't know. All right, y'all, there you go. 2 coal chutes. You may ask why I put 2 instead of 1, 2 instead of 3. Let me tell you what I have found about coal chutes. I have found that you do not want to put one right in the middle. I decided to put my license plate in the middle. Yes, I could have done something different down here, but I've already got it up there, out of the way, had the bracket. Didn't want to have to cut it out, which it probably would have cut that portion out anyways to put the coal chute. But my bucket ought to be, I don't know, about out to here, so I think this will work really good. 2, if I'm loading maybe 2 wheelbarrows or 2 mini skids, I can have each one up at the same time, doesn't matter. These are probably relatively in the same spot to where I could hook them together, but I don't foresee myself ever needing to hook them together. You can switch the handles, because this handle was there, and I put it there. But these are the buyers, like a 1314 I showed you in the beginning of the video. They work really good. These kind of snugged up a little bit. I don't know where it got snug at. Maybe it might have done this, because the door's loose, but both of these are a little snug going up now, so it must have twisted the frame a little bit when I welded those tops, but that's not a problem. It's got a little catch thing. I don't know why you'd want to regulate it, but if you do need to regulate coming out of here, you can, but you can operate this up and down, push it and it locks. Mine would probably detent down on that tube. It's very, very close to that. I thought about going ahead and cleaning that up and just tacking it so it doesn't bend back or anything. I don't really think it needs it, because if it was bent back, you know, to the tube, it would still lock down good, but it's not opening. You know, you got to pull it pretty good. It cams over pretty good. I kind of clearance these. I kind of tap these up to take away the air gap that was in there. Both of them are pretty good. They do have these holes here, and then up in there a little bit. But let me show you the inside. How they turned out. This one turned out better than the other one. I haven't ground this yet. I was trying to overhead weld. The wind started kicking up. These were probably, well, actually that one's probably my best. And heck, that was a 3/8 gap. That's not bad. Wind started blowing under the truck. I mean, it's blowing the mud flap if you watch. It's kind of settled down now, of course, since I stopped welding. This one's not as pretty, but I'm gonna grind that one up, and they'll both be decent. I'm not gonna go inside the bed I mean, these welds look very, very presentable. Even if it didn't look presentable, it's holding the coal chute on, or whatever you want to call these. Everybody's always called them coal chutes to me. That's what we got. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I can kind of, you know, put it together to where it doesn't look horrible. You can kind of see where I messed, well, you can't see where I messed up. You can in here, obviously, because I had to weld that back up. I left that high. I guess I need to grind that down. My weld ended up, you know, it's in line with this. So my weld's right underneath that. My weld's right there where I welded the bed back up. And it's just behind this tab. And then that's where I welded the bed up. So you can't tell. It just hurts my feelings more that I messed up. You guys will see me messing up. Stuff happens. But measure twice, cut once. Measure 3 times, cut once. I was just in a big hurry trying to get both of them fit yesterday so I could weld them in today. I should have taken my time. I probably wouldn't have made a mistake. Or at least that big of a mistake. There you go, guys. I appreciate you watching. We'll see you later.